And before we start, I'm bidding you off, pal. Nine people watching this shit. Good evening. So I'm a few minutes late. I had to feed the cats outside. The two black cats I feed. I don't know why. I wasn't meant to be doing this tonight, but I have done. I'm here. A glutton for punishment. Nine people watching this shit. Good evening. Saul, good evening, Saul. Are you well? How are you? Thank you for joining me. I think it's just going to be me and you tonight, Saul. How are you? You don't have to answer. Alex Reed, back from his travels. 17 people watching this shit. Daz Williams is there. Are you well? I blocked that Tommy Doherty because he's been stalking me all over the internet. It's weird. Is this wrong? When somebody messages me and then asks me for a video, a shout out video for the mates, and I say, I'll do you one for 20 quid. And then they say I'm rude for asking for money. And I said, you're fucking rude. That's basically the crux of the conversation. Then he went on Twitter telling people how I blocked them if they don't agree with me. I give enough of my time for free. And I feel I feel an obligation to the people who donate to the channel, and sometimes I've not treated the people who've donated to the channel the best. But if people haven't if people have never donated to this channel, I don't owe you a fucking thing. I provide free content, and most content is rubbish on the internet. It's just idle tittle tattle to distract people from whatnot. But I don't owe people anything. And when people are messaging you saying, make me a shout out video, and I say, pay me, and they say no, and I tell them to fuck off in not so many words. That's what I'm saying, but I'm the wrong and I'm the bad one. Anyway, wherever. Daniel Lee, haha, funny. Hello, Danny. Welcome, Danny. Spooder Dan. I'm not sure if who that is. Welcome, if you're all right. Mr. Stephen Beatty. Good evening, Stephen Beatty. We've got 30 people watching this shit. I've been to Colwyn Bay today to see Greer and Pete, and I've had a Chios energy session, kind of like Reiki. Interesting. Better than Reiki. But here we are. I don't know if they're watching. They might not be watching. They might be doing spiritual stuff. JJ, good evening. Are you well, JJ? We've got 30. Tracy Nicklin, good evening. Are you all well? It's just me, the Pharaoh, and the Black Lady, providing free content of substandard nature. Are you planning on being buried in that sarcophagus, Jim? I'd have to be buried in ash form. It's right. It's a bit smaller than you. It's small. It's a CD holder. They were all the rage in the two. I forget what era my mum bought. My mum goes to hit the catalogue, but they're quite collectible now, and I like it. It fits. It fits in. A few people have come to this house and wanted to have that. It fits in with the eclectic nature of me design. What? Oh, it's like laying hands on. It's like laying hands on Steve. It was. I drifted off into wherever world. I saw you see lots of colours. I saw like purple, the colour purple. I know that's a film about black slaves, but that's fuck all to do with it. I kept seeing the colour purple, and apparently, the colour purple is associated with your pineal gland. Apparently, I'm all right up here. I'm quite wise, but it's just I have some shit going on right down here. Bad energy. Yeah, I'm getting into spiritual stuff again. There's a difference between I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm no expert. I'd like if I get either Pete or Greer on, or both of them on at some point. Um, it'd be kind of like we've got a troll in. It would be kind of like there was talking about a lot of the new age movement is a psyop. The summer, a brief potted history. The summer of love in the 60s wasn't an organic movement. It was a psyop to promote free love, the breakup of the family unit, and the push of LSD. I only shout people out for money because I'm a bastard. Yeah, the summer of love in the 60s was a psyop. So if you don't know what a psyop is, psychological operation. It was all engineered. Timothy Leary, the acid guru, was funded by the CIA. A lot of the New Age movement is Luciferian in its nature, and it promotes you thinking you're a god, which is kind of a Luciferian vibe. You know, there is a creator. We're all subject and from that creator. But I believe in a creator. I don't know what the specific form of the creator is, but there is a god. I believe in a god kind of thing. Ever thought about washing your hair? No, your mum does it for me. When I go around your mum's, she washes my hair afterwards and makes me a big pan of chips. That's why I'm fat, because I go around a lot. Yeah, you are. We've got some mongs in tonight. We've got my mum's dead too. Don't worry, my mum's dead too. We'll form a club. Yeah, but a lot of the new age stuff is Luciferian and like the ayahuascas and things and the quick fixes. I did the ayahuasca, as you know, and I didn't fucking rate it. I don't rate. I'm getting rid of these mongs. Mark Fegan. They've been weather engineering for years, chemtrails and whatever. Since the Vietnam War? Since the Vietnam War, they've been fucking about with weather. They can make it rain, can't they? But yeah, it was. I well, I don't know what the fuck I was on about, but it's very sad to think that the summer of love. I'm into the '60s hippie thing, and it's very sad to think it was all engineered. It wasn't real, and most of the bands that emerged from that scene came from Laurel Canyon, which was a military industrial complex. Jim Morrison's father was an admiral in the navy. Most of the artists of that time period, Mama Cass, Frank Zappa, what's her name, Joan Baez, a lot of these people were from military backgrounds. It was not all the whole fucking thing was engineered. To be fair, most things in history have been engineered. Most wars have been engineered. Mr. Beatty, folk, I like Putin. Any president who bans genetically modified food and calls people who sell it terrorists gets my vote. Yeah, I've been to Folkestone, Steve. I've been to Folkestone, Steve. And it's a beautiful place. "43 people watching this shit. Trolls will not be tolerated." I don't know. I don't mind trolls if they're funny. Your hair was engineered. That's funny. My hair was engineered by the gods. It's something you'll never know about. I actually look like a Greek god. You can imagine a no, I'm not being funny. You can imagine like a white statue of me on your mantelpiece. Who's your favourite comedian? Your mum. Yeah, very true, Steve. You can't take away from the music. The all them songs are still amazing. You know, a lot of them. So it's just it is what it is, isn't it? But it was still I don't know. What the fuck do I know about anything? I don't claim to know anything. That's all I know is I know nothing. I just have to try and get through life the best I can with yeah. I've made a video. Yeah, I agree, JJ. It was a great time for music. I love that sound. I've done the ferry from Folkestone to Bologna. I don't fuck knows really pronounce that. Bologna, Bolognese. How is it in Wigan? How is what in Wigan? I made a video about how Wigan is dead. It's going. It's not gone majorly viral. It's had 4,000 views on TikTok tonight, which is it's not great, is it? But yeah, Wigan now has no cinema, and they've just put all them fucking brand new speed cameras up. You know, what do you both ways? They can tell if you're wearing a belt and tell if you're on your phone, and you know, so there's nothing going on in Wigan. There's no cinema. Half of the shops are closed. There's loads of druggies now all over the town centre. The shop here the shop where I live is always full of druggies stealing. It's getting quite fucking bad, really. Society is breaking down, my friends. It's becoming like one of them 1970s John Carpenter films. The Alpha saw this. The Alpha saw it. Martin Redding won't come on tonight because I called him a wanker and told him block me. I'm sick of his fucking. I'm sick of him being so soft. Blackburn is dead, the same as Accrington. It's the woke agenda destroying a society. Yeah, something's amiss. Ever since that COVID thing, ever since the COVID thing, after that COVID, the world has never been the same in any way. People have emerged from that COVID time more fucked up. Even normal people are more fucked up. Loads of old people will never leave the house because they're frightened of a fucking germ. Hello, John Hayworth. Sorry, not John Hayworth. Hello, John. Are you well, John? Welcome. Got 40 people watching this shit. Jim came out stronger than ever. Steve beat it is in bed, setting off early to work around London. Well, no worries. Don't worry about it, Steve. You be stay tucked. Who is behind me? A god. Who is behind you? What's your job? I get men for your sister. How was London? All right. London's London. It's I have an ambivalent relationship with London. Sometimes I hate London. Sometimes I love London. It's a fascinating place, nevertheless. Scientist claims you'll be able to tell the world if aliens exist. I don't. You know what? Do you actually give a fuck if aliens exist? But will it affect your life? Will will knowing that aliens exist affect your life? No, knowing you took a long time for that comeback, Jim. You know what? I'm just getting rid of. We've got a what's the word I'm looking? We've got London has been a real surprise in the area I worked. Had a great time. What are you allowed to say? What area you work in, Steve? We've got 46 people watching this shit. I'm turning eating off. I can't afford to have it on. Just have to warm the you just have to warm the room up a bit, don't you? Then let it go cold again. 43 people watching this shit. It's just me and my vest. John, good lad. Those in power are milking the last drops out of us and letting society collapse. They've made their money. Yeah, that's true. We have to hope that the cashless society doesn't come in. You must resist the cashless society. They're gonna give you an incentive to join the cashless society. They're gonna say there's 5,000 credits, right, to join the cash, and loads of people sign up, you junkies and things like that. But I don't know how you going to be able to. I don't know how they're going to work it. How will you be able to buy drugs with them? How will you be able to buy street drugs if it's a cashless society? Will you still be able to buy gold? You see, you must realise once they're in full control of your spending, they dictate to you what you spend your money on. Oh, I'll go for a curry. Unfortunately, you've had one curry this month. There's meat rationing. You can have a curry next month. Oh, you know what? I fancy a Mars bar. Unfortunately, you've had your Mars bar this week. You can have another Mars bar next week. Once you stick that card in the wall, there's no cash to fall back on, and they will be in full control of your money. Yeah, I'll just get some money out of the machine. Hang on, what does it say on the screen? You posted some anti-government statements on Facebook last week. You are now banned from getting any money out for a month. Um, it will never happen. The drug trade is with it. Well, I hope so. I hope it doesn't come in. I agree, John. I agree. They will. They'll snap their fucking hands off because people are thick. People are fucking stupid as a rule. The world is in the state that it's in because of people's stupidity. People people en masse are like children. In Sheffield, they're bringing in fingerprint ID to get in pubs for people who don't want to queue. You know what, though? To be fair, most people have done that on the fucking iPhones already, haven't they? So, Andy Lomax, 1984 all over. For those who haven't read the book, you really need to. Which is one I read The Road to Wigan, Pier, but I can't. I read part of Paul Maiden lent me a book. Who the fuck did I lend that to? Yeah, Paul Maiden lent me a book. The Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, and all that COVID agenda was so much that in the Brave New World they don't want people touching each other. They don't want emotion. They don't want people kissing or hugging. Now, what was COVID? Don't kiss, don't hug, don't have sex with people. If you have sex with them, fucking put a blanket in between you. All this weird shit, But it was all a wooden horse to bring in so much. Bring the new world order further on. Jim, all of us are the only smart ones. We know how to escape the agenda and the matrix. 1984 describes a rewriting of history and what you could lose when you question. Yeah. Well, they're destroying history, aren't they? But to be fair, but you know what? The history we knew before, how do we know that that is the actual history? Have you ever heard the quote, history is written by the victors? History is the account of things as written by the victors. So how do we know that the history we've known about forever? For example, what happened to the Tartarian Empire? Why was the Tartarian Empire airbrushed out of history? I never knew about that at school. I never even I consider yourself quite knowledgeable on things, but it was only in later life people told me about the Tartarian Empire. Now there is an example of something being airbrushed out of history. How much of the history we're taught was already doctored? We don't know who built the pyramids. Was it document? Was it actually documented somewhere who built the pyramids? Because I don't think human beings did it. I've just read a bit of that in the house now. How weird, a brave new world, Mr. Beater. Like the Frankie Boyle show, New World Order. It is small. We are ignored. Switching off is the answer. The Tartarian Empire is fake, according to the woke people. The slaves did it. It was all pretty well documented. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about them pyramids. They were too technically precise. The pyramids were too technically precise. Unless man at that time was a different. Unless the men and the human beings of that era were more intelligent than us, which wouldn't be fucking hard, really. They weren't fucking sat about watching TikTok, were they? There was more in them as people were more in tune with their surroundings and the gods and things. Let me check my TikTok. Fucking eyes. Mate, people can draw a pyramid shape or build it. It's a bit more fucking complex, Jim, than drawing it, though, isn't it? They still can't build the pyramids like they did then today. If they tried to build the fucking pyramids like they did then, they'd use plasterboard now and dry line them. Good evening, Lord Rothschild, sir. Are you well, Lord Rothschild? Thank you for your donation, Lord Rothschild. God bless you, Lord Rothschild. COVID was used to test how easily we could be controlled. The vast majority fell for it. Most say they won't fall for it again, but they will. John, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you all a question. If you took the injections over that time frame, do you regret it? Do you regret being vaccinated? Simple. No one has to answer if they don't want to. But do the people who took the COVID injection or injections regret it or not? If they were building a pyramid the same way they did it back then, it would be in stone. We'll have to, Jim. I think we'll disagree. We'll agree to disagree. John regrets it. Anybody else regret the COVID vaccine? We've done 26 minutes. Well, John, I wouldn't be disappointed. A lot of people were pressured into it, weren't they? You know what I mean? A lot of people were pressured into it, and you're a family man, and they probably threatened you with your job and all this kind of thing. You're a wealthier man than me, John. You have a family, and a family is a wealthy thing to have, really. I mean, it's just me and a fucking furrow from catalogue. Andy Lomax. People will follow anything as long as the media gives it the heads up. It's like a switch that goes off in their heads to follow that sheep. Yeah, I don't watch television. I don't watch television at all, and I have no idea what's going on in the news, and I like it that way. You know, Bill Hicks once did a sketch. Bill Hicks, the genius, once did a sketch where he said, "You put the news on, and it's death, war, famine, da 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 da." He said, "Then you look out the window, and all you can hear is crickets." A lot of, you know, a lot of the news is fake. What is actually real? That's the one, Steve Beater. Don't put your own existence down, pal. I know I'm terrible for that, John. TV is too woke, other than Only Fools and Horses. Well, a lot of people who are fans of Only Fools and Horses are going to get the shock of their fucking life at some point. Yeah. If you think Jimmy Savile shocked people, just wait till it comes out about. I'm not saying, but if you Google Only Fools and Horses and the lead character, well, much like at your comedy show, another Mong. Jim, I'm not. Jim, Jim, you have your opinion. Jim, there may be a bit of cognitive dissonance there. When people's core beliefs are challenged, it rocks people. It's Lord Rothschild. Lord Rothschild, have you any thoughts on David Jason? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This time next year, Rodney, we will be millionaires. Yeah, it's not an impression of him, but you know who it's an impression of. You know what I'm saying? Why was your comedy show cancelled? Because it only sold 5 tickets. Nobody wants to see me anymore. But that's totally fine because I don't base my validation on the opinions of others. There you go. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Lord Rothschild. It's all going to come out about him. He's kind of been given a protection like Savile. If you go on Twitter and type, go on Twitter and type in David Jason. I used to have that album. I used to have the Vic Reeves album on cassette. I Will Cure You. Some good songs on it. 45 people watching this shit. If you type in Halton Hand Gliding Club, David Jason. Anyway, I'm not saying anymore. Allegedly. I have no proof. Perhaps I'm wrong. You know. And we're very conspiratorial tonight, aren't we? It's like Raconteurs News. All I will say, I've got a ringing in my ears now. I'm not going to answer. Ringing in my ears. I'm not going to answer. Is that the CIA sending me like a beam, a truth beam? David Jason can't hang glide. He's an old scrubber. Poetically put, Jim. Opinions on marijuana. Don't try and transfer Bitcoin when you're stoned, is my tip to you. Yes, and I lost a lot of money. There you go. Do you think Boothroyd would sell his soul and be degraded by the Illuminati in return? Yes, I do actually. I think he did already the first time round. I think Peter Boothroyd could be. I think Peter Boothroyd could easily be. I don't know. He donated £1 to my channel, the cheeky cunt. Andrew Tate's here. It's the real Andrew Tate as well. He wouldn't like me, Andrew Tate. He'd fucking hate me. You fat cunt! You fat cunt! Hey, you fat cunt! Get your haircut, you fat cunt! I don't know what the fucking voice that is. Get your living room decorated, you fat cunt. I like Andrew Tate. He speaks a lot of sense. You know what? It can make you feel shit about yourself, though. It can make you feel shit about yourself if you've no money. And he's bragging about his Bugattis and all. But then you realise, oh, bullshit. It's not bullshit, he has them, but do I really want something like that? FBI, the FBI's in. Oh, I better block them. God, I had to block the FBI. They're on to us. FBI's on to us. Somebody's reported us. It's getting as bad as TikTok. This, you know what? Them TikTok live streams. Yeah, I always get reported. People attack you. and then you attack them back, and you just get. Did you actually think that was the FBI? Yeah, I really, really thought that was the FBI because that's how they. Yeah, because that's what the FBI do. They create an account on YouTube and tell you, "Hey, we're watching you." Who's your favourite comedian other than yourself and my mum? I apologise, Jim. I'm not. No offence about your mother. It was just a comment. I don't watch comedy anymore. I'm not in. I'm not interested in comedy. I like doing it. I'm. I'm my favourite comedian. UFO or drones, microchips. The aliens are coming as well, apparently. 52 people watching this shit. Is Peter Boothroyd in the shadows? Good evening, lovers, haters. What do you do in your spare time? Is this filling in a Tinder profile, Jim? Why all the questions, Jim? I'm very not interesting. I'm just another live stream knobhead. I'm just another live stream knobhead. The difference is I know I'm a live stream knobhead, where a lot of them think they're famous. Why am I here? I'm just here in case of the odd donation thrown my way. That's the fucking truth. I mean, I'm only here for the case that somebody donates. That's. I'm only honest. I wouldn't do this for the good of my health, really. Sometimes people donate, sometimes people don't donate. There you go. That's laughing it. Well, welcome, Jim. Anyway, Andy or Dub Slane. I can't fucking pronounce that, but welcome again. Welcome, sir. Are you all well? We've got 48 people watching this shit. It's not, you know what, to be fair, it's not as live streams go though, I've not got a bad backdrop, have I? It's nice and I like it anyway. If you don't like it, go and fuck yourself. I don't like it, it should be not. Why is it not Magnolia? Why is it not Magnolia? And why have you not got a picture of a New York skyline from B&M Bergens up? I don't know. I don't really like that shit. Let's see if anybody wants to join us. I don't think they will, though. Do you? Reddings fell out with me, so I won't be. He's probably sat in the shadows, a little nonce. Hi, Jim. Are you well? Has anyone any thoughts? Thank you, John. It's a damn sight better than it used to be. I don't know. It used to be terrible. I don't know. I lived like that for so long, to be fair. I do not know. Yeah, Tom, it's Stop Oil Colours. My house is Stop Oil HQ. Unfortunately, my hair is full of oil and my face is greasy, so I'm not doing a very good job. Good night, Mr. Beatty. Sleep well. God bless Mr. Beatty. Sleep well. 45 people watching this shit. Um, I agree. You know what, John? To be honest, if I'm being honest, John, I think I've spent most of my adult life depressed, and that's the truth. Somebody called Jimmy wants to come on to the live stream now. It's probably a porn bomb. What do they call it? A porn bomb. When they come on, when I click on that now, it'll be a man sucking another man off or something. Hopefully. Um, Ring on your finger. Are you married, Jim? It's not really a wedding ring, Leon, is it? I'm married to fucking Morticia Adams. Nobody will marry me because nobody will put up with me because I'm a prick. Moral of the story to young men: treat women properly, or you will end up on your own talking to strangers. Jimmy, Jimmy, right. If you want to come on the live stream, can I see your face, please? Otherwise, I can't let you on. La Bamba, good evening. Cy Bennett, Carlisle play Wigan next week. Are you from Carlisle, Cy Bennett? I'm sorry. The rule is, if you've not got a camera, I can't let you on. It doesn't. You know what? I appreciate your interest. Do you know Danny Christie then and Decca Heggie, Si? Are they from Carlisle? 10 o'clock. You know what? I've done 42 minutes. I'm not tired yet. No, I'm sorry, Jimmy. I can't let you on because there's no camera, no face, no place, kind of thing. You gotta be in it to 51 people watching this shit. Can you believe that? God Almighty! Wow, 51. I grew up with Danny and no Decker. Fair play. Have we got who's Gomez? Have I missed somebody? We've got 49 people. Good evening, lovers, haters, shadow watchers, all that. Do. What's going on YouTube? Any of you following the Decker Heggie story? Danny lives in the street behind me. I like watching Danny Christie, to be fair. He's a good speaker. Did anybody watch the Nate Diaz and Jake Paul fight? I thought it was good actually. I didn't know much about Nate Diaz, but I kind of like him. I think he's cool. Film out your window. Let's have a look at Wigan. No, Leon. Leon. Leon, no, Leon. What you on about, Leon? Leon, what is this? What is this tomfoolery you speak of, Leon? Jimmy, you should have been allowed to join. Yeah, I enjoyed that. You've met who, Jake Paul? You've met me. You've met Nate Diaz. If anybody wants to super chat, you can do, or donate to the channel. More than welcome. More than appreciated. Yes, I'm begging, and I couldn't give a fuck. Begging on social media is a lot easier than begging in a shop doorway because it's you don't get cold. Begging in a living room is a lot easier than begging anywhere. I've done it. But yeah, I did like that Nate. I like Nate Diaz. He's proper gangster. Wow, there's 53 people watching this shit. 46 minutes in. This is 46. I'm from Scholes, Stockholm. Nate Diaz versus Decker. um, I'm sorry, I'm bored of Decker Eggy now. I'm the best thing Decker Eggy could do for his own sake is leave YouTube. Decker Eggy has always told people on YouTube what he's going to do, and they've gone out and destroyed it for him. They've destroyed his acting. Um, um, seen a documentary called 75th Precinct. Adam Diaz is the man. Is he related to Nick? I thought there was only two Diaz brothers, Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz. But Decker Eggy, I think he should leave YouTube and get on with his life, really. Then he could probably start acting again and I just do something. Um, to live your life through a lens with all that bad energy pointing at you, it's no good. And all this stuff about him finding God, all this shit about forgiveness and all that. If you get in a relationship with God, I said this last night. You just pray. You don't have to tell people. You don't have to tell people you found God. Why do you have to do that? Just find God, pray to Him, and try and not be a dickhead. And if you're a dickhead, say sorry in your prayers. I don't know. But it seems to be the easiest way to get views on YouTube is just fall out with people. You know much about his brother Nick Diaz? No, I don't know much about Nick Diaz. The 75th is about police corruption in New York. Cracking watch. We've done 48 minutes. We've nearly done an hour. To be fair, and you've been quite buoyant tonight. You've been quite interactive. Perhaps it's my energy reflecting back. I do think that healing thing I've been to today has done something. Um, it's done something. But I'm quite a damaged person, so I need lots of healing. You can't just fix it all in one sitting. People are trying to join the live chat, but I just don't. I'm very kind of dubious of people these days. I'm very dubious of people. Um, Lord Rothschild. Hang on. No, my XLM wallet is sinking, lad. My wallet is sinking, so I'm going to keep this. Well, thank you, Lord Rothschild. I really appreciate that. If anybody else wants to follow Lord Rothschild's lead and donate to the channel, what do I spend the money on? Gas, Lecky. Um, I think both brothers compete in triathlons full time as well. Well, not only that, they smoke loads of weed. So how can you go? That takes some doing for smoke loads of weed and go 10 rounds in a boxing fight. But yeah, so I suppose a lot of them UFC men smoke weed, don't they? Sorry, Jim, I'm not letting you on. I'm sorry, mate. I'm not letting. I'm sorry. I'm not letting nobody on tonight. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm just talking to you lot. If I don't know people now, I'm just even if you know what, I know it's not fair, but if I don't know people now, even if they put the cameras on, I'm just dubious about. I'm just very yeah. But yeah, I did like Nate Diaz. I will do, Lord. I'm not touching 50 people watching this shit. I'm not all that you've given me is still intact, Lord. You know, I appreciate it and I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Lord Rothschild is a very good contributor to this community. It is a community. We've not got many. I don't know. It is. We've even got our own band of haters who've. And I'm not saying more about that because it's giving them a platform. Thank you to Bobby Smith for the donation last night. Anyway, is Bobby Smith Richie Smith's dog, or am I? What's Richie Smith's dog called? Does he have a dog called Bobby? Or somebody called Bobby Smith? I'm not kind of saying in a weird way that his dog donated money to me because that would just be nuts, wouldn't it? People would think I was mad. He's taking donations off a dog. He thinks a dog's donating money to his channel. Channel? Channel? Surely that's flannel. Yeah, it's been not been so bad tonight. I'm not going to do much longer. An hour's enough because I want to go and watch some telly. We get a good hour in. Probably won't do one there till Wednesday. You know. But thank you very much. There's 6 minutes left. Yeah, there's 6 magical minutes left. Are you all okay? Have you had a good time? Have you? Have you? Have you had a good time? Say yes, Paul. I'm not Paul Daniels. 47 people watching this shit. If you're bored, go and check out my new video, Wigan is Dead. Not this one, I know it's the same title. You might like it, you might not. If you're new around here, there's a few videos and podcasts and things on this channel. I don't know, you might like them, you might not. You know, I'm no Peter Boothroyd, I'm no Mr. H, I'm no Barry Titler. Cheese on toast. Put some Worcester sauce on your cheese on toast, Leon. Thank me later. Cheese on toast with Worcester sauce on is something else. You know, I like it anyway. I wonder if Lord Rothschild would eat something like that. He put like adrenochrome on his cheese on toast. I don't know what that tastes like. Never had the stuff. 40 people now. We're dropping in. You know what? Has Boothroyd got his own channel? I don't know. Please himself. Can please himself. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go now and watch some television for bed. For go to bed. If you want to, thank you, Lord Rothschild, for the donation. Can we have a round of applause for Lord Rothschild, please? I've applauded you, Lord. I have applauded you if no one else does. Fuck 'em. You know. Thank you very much. If any of you want to donate to the channel, there's a PayPal link under this video. There's one at the top of the comment section. You know. Thank you very much anyway for your support. Everybody who's donated, much appreciated. If not, no worries. I'll probably see you Wednesday. Yeah, if we've not been fucked off by aliens. Bye bye.